And good afternoon, y'all. Hey, this is Old Man Gib, and we're going to do a short version of the economy. I'll try and simplify it as much as I can for you. I've had a few folks ask me, hey, I know about the economy and all that. Okay, first thing you need to know and remember is the economy in X4, unlike in, let's say, X3 Terran Conflict, requires a lot of babysitting. X3 Terran Conflict, it pretty much would take care of itself. In X4, you have got to babysit like it's a newborn, or it stagnates. Okay. If you want the economy to stagnate, you have got to make sure that the factions have wharfs and shipyards. If they got those two things, their economy will pretty much stay good. Now, reason I say that is because everything in the game revolves around the ships. So if a faction cannot make ships, they're effectively dead, because there's no reason for them to have hull parts factories, solar power plant factories, or anything without them two ships them two stations right there. Trade stations are nice, but they will not keep a faction alive. So you need to remember that. Another thing is, if you are going to run an empire, one of the first things I would tell you to build is a solar power plant. Why? Absolutely everything requires energy cells. And other than your initial investment, which all it requires is a basic dock, the 1 medium and 6 small, a storage container, and solar power, or the solar power deals, and that is a solar power plant. So and it starts making energy cells. Energy cells require a container to put them in, and like I said, a medium dock. Now as you get more money, you can increase the size of it and go real super huge, but that's it. So yeah, there's stupid cheap. You can build one for, oh heck, maybe under $1 million. Now the expensive portion of that is going to be getting the blueprints. So let's see, I need to, now you get the blueprints at a faction representative, and they can be cheap or expensive, just depends on how fancy you're trying to go. See, like, oh heck, do I have a ship anywhere near a faction representative? Can't remember if the Talati is that equipment dock. I think they're over here at this trade station. Alright, we're gonna run there real quick. It won't take real long. We're gonna jump to yacht. Reason being is this Joker is insanely fast, and we're gonna have it go. Actually, I think that is Talati. Yep, so if we set that to active, it'll automatically give us the
ship will be undocking soon.
Deal to go to the faction representative.
Can I help?
Just go, dude.
Astrid.
Alright, so back to economy. Okay, so you're building your stations, okay, or you're just, another good way to affect the economy, mining and freight hauling. You don't have to have build a empire. You can do it simply with freighters and doing repeat orders. That way, you know, let's say you've got a half dozen miners and you are supplying gas and or mineral, and you're supplying these two, the shipyard and the warfare. Okay, they both need silicon and iron to build ships. One ingredients in them. Okay, now they also need energy cells. So if you got, you know, a good energy cell plant or solar power plant, it's building these cells, and then you've got a couple miners in a system, and you're supplying them. You're going to help keep that faction's economy up and going. And that's important because, like I said, if they can't build ships, none of the rest of this matters. It's all going to come to a slow down over a period of time and a screeching halt. Now, generally it's because the Xenon have invaded, and like I have found that if you don't babysit these factions, the Xenon will smooth out, come in, and just wipe out everything. You know, so because for some reason the faction AI in X4 Tides of Avarice are absolutely ignorant, weak cowards compared to
entering system 18
and the Xenon
billion.
without you babysitting just annihilate them. So be aware of that. If you're playing this game, you absolutely have to babysit the AI, the factions. Now, another way to do that real good is you go around while you've got freighters and miners keeping the AI alive. You can go play havoc on the Xenon and wipe them out. Okay, that can be fun too. You know, plus you've got the hop that's
Entering
always
system.
attacking the Argon. Oh my goodness, you know, so, you know, there is that to consider too, you know. Trying to get over here so I can not get so much the promotion, but show you the about the blueprints. So if you haven't done it, you know, now you can get blueprints by stealing them, go in and
entering system.
you know, use an EMP
right
device and just flat out right steal blueprints, you know, and all that stuff, or you come buy them, just whatever you want to do. I got all mine basically, you know, stealing and buying them. Asked you down how fast it goes. And then if you I know off the subject here, but if you take and then you take and put the Vicus travel mod on here, adds an extra 16%, and you can see that yeah, my travel speed is like freaking ungodly fast.
Hello there.
I mean, it's crazy how fast. I think I can get up close to 20k. So it don't. This Joker does not take long to get around the universe, which is nice, but it's also in some occasions it can, you know, kind of suck, but it's also kind of nice. Okay, we're gonna go into mail slot here. Where we docking? Oh, it looks like we're going to this one. Yep. Cool. All right. Now we'll head down here and we'll talk to this dude about getting blueprints.
Greetings.
Greetings, pilot. I represent the well-respected Taladi Trade Guild, and I have a lucrative proposition for you. If you're interested, come find me.
Alright, we are going to go to representative's office.
It's good to see you, friend.
And you look at your blueprints. Alright, so we're going to go modules, dock modules, and this one right here, that 1 medium, 6 small, basic dock. Yeah, I know I own it, but it's not real expensive. I should have bought one, got one of my, a playthrough that I don't already own them. But anyways, this is how you get them. So you're gonna need the basic dock. Storage you can get away with small, doesn't matter what faction it is. It needs container, and then your production, you need energy cell production. All right, so those 3 things right off the bat. You need a dock, you need storage, you need to be able to make energy cell. And the cool thing is, usually your storage will hook right up to the dock, and then you can start running your E-cells right off of it.
Good.
So it doesn't require a whole bunch of cash to get that done. I want to work for you. And, you're in like Flynn. So that's the basics of economy, of how it works in here. So you've got babysit the AI, understand that war affects the economy greatly. Make sure that the AI factions don't lose all their wharfs and their shipyards, because if they do, nothing else they have matters. I got some of this written down. Oh, production cycles. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. A production cycle. We'll go here real quick. Go to logical overview. All right, everything has a production cycle. Now see energy cells. Okay. What does it require? Storage, Now energy cells are going to go straight through over to here. But what kind of storage? Container. Okay. Now my energy cells, I'm waiting for storage. My storage is full. I need to build more. But you can see that, like on my energy cells, I am making. This station is actually consuming 860 an hour, but I am making a ton of energy cells, so my storage is all full. All right. Let's see, hull parts. All right, here we go. My efficiency is 120% because I've got a good workforce. So I've got a plus 320 output. The production cycle is roughly 13 minutes and something. My resources to build them will be depleted in 4 hours. I'm making 1,496 hull parts. Parts an hour is 1,176. And it takes these 3 resources to make hull parts, okay? And then the hull parts go into my shipyards. Same thing with advanced electronics and engine parts, and then it requires, microchips, quantum tubes, graphene, energy cells, tellurium, and antimatter. The rest of this, antimatter cells, the rest of this all goes straight into the ships, okay? And then I've got food and medical for workforce, and then my station account, and then I can actually select additional trade wares, okay? But you need to be aware of the production cycles, because, it's just like, okay, it takes X amount of time to build a small, a medium, a large, or XL size ship. That's a production cycle, okay? So let's say it takes 2 hours to build a carrier, and you've got a let's say Argon Prime is already lost its wharf, and there's a few Ks over here, and they're beating the hell out of the Argon shipyard, and they have no more combat vessels, large combat vessels. All they got is freighters and stuff like that. Them large freighters are not going to engage. They're going to run. So, and if it's going to take 2 hours for them to get another combat vessel made, which they've got a wharf up here, so it's going to make smalls and mediums. Yeah, there's a good chance they're going to lose that shipyard in the meantime, and then that's going to leave them with one wharf, on my map that I've got right here. Okay, so you need to be aware of production cycles as far as when you're babysitting the AI and saying, okay, it's going to take them this long to do this, that, and so on. And because that's going to affect the economy. And then, but for you as the player, if you're going to get into building stations, what I would do is find a faction you're friends with, or at least neutral with, and take your fighter or whatnot, drop a couple resource probes so you know what's going on in that sector, what is being mined in there or whatnot. Let's see, like, we will pick 18 billion here, okay? You can go in here, click on the encyclopedia, and it tells you it's got 100% sunlight. There's helium, methane, ore, and silicon in there that can be mined, okay? It's not bad. It's not a bad place to put a solar power plant for E-cells. Now, you can come down here to, let's say, I don't have any of the Avarice factions unlocked, okay, but some sectors are going to give you a lot more as far as energy, sunlight and all that. Some, and then some are going to be real bad, like Windfall 1, and I think it's got like 13% sunlight. Would not be a good place to put a solar power plant in. Now, right here, Grand Exchange 3, it's got good sunlight. It's got helium, hydrogen, ice, methane, ore, raw scrap, and silicon. So, that's a good place to put building, which is kind of why I've got my HQ in here. That way I can take advantage of all that stuff. And it's also good centrally located, so I can sell to the AI, they can sell to me. Another thing you need to consider if you're running freighters and all that, is these accelerators do not count as gates per jump for your freighters. They only jump gates is what they count. So if it says 5 gates, it means 5 gates, not accelerators. So like if it's working to supply the shipyard trading farm, Joker is more likely it's not going to go through the dadgum accelerator. It's going to try and go through the gate. Now if there's nothing over here within its distance it can get to, it's not going to go and buy that stuff, because it's going to say I can't get there, even though it might be right here, because it's stupid the way they got it with the stupid accelerators. So, there's another thing to, consider, how the AI functions. But yeah, that's my take on the economy. I hope this helped you out. If it didn't, and I'll tell you right now, the Rugged Gamer and Captain Collins both have absolutely awesome, in deep detail on videos out there on the economy and export. So if I didn't answer your questions, give them a look. Leave in the comments there. Tell them, say, hey, old man Gibbs sent me over here to check out your economy videos. We really appreciate it, whatnot, yada, yada, yada. We're all part of the same community. I don't mind giving them a prop because they have more knowledge about something than I do. So, yeah. Anyhow, that will do it for this episode. Hey, I wish everybody an absolutely wonderful evening. May the Lord bless you. This is Old Man Gibb, and I will talk to you in the next one.